However bad you think it is, it's worse. Yes, my friends. All right, what the hell am I talking? What the hell is Jenny talking about? Okay. This is for the sci-fi geeks. This is for the podcast geeks. I want you all to imagine that all of our worst nightmares about the aliens invading our planet came true. Now, if these aliens saw us at present moment, what would they be observing? What would they be thinking of us? And how easy would it be for aliens to take over right now? Now, it's kind of cool that someone recently put in the comments that we're fighting reptilians. So, if that is true, if any part of that is true, okay, who's the guy in all the, listen, I've seen Ancient Aliens, okay, I get it. George Norrie, I get it. Astro Projectile, I get it. But what if it's true? I mean, it's not feasible, but what if it's true? All right. And recently, I've been wanting to do this one for a couple weeks. I'm glad someone inspired me to finally finish this video, but we're going to go ahead and listen to a podcast. We're going to listen to a story of one of my self-soothing things that I do at night is I listen to true crime podcasts and horror stories. So that helps me sleep. Anyway, this is one of the ones that I really like. It's not that gory. It's actually more cerebral, more of a thriller. It's not a horror story. It's more of a thriller story. So that's what I like to listen to. So let's go. Let's listen. So this is the, I'll let you know which one is the human and which one is the possible reptilian threat.
There may be another way,
No.
You're sure?
Very. We've been studying you for 70 years. We have noted that you make the same choices over and over, despite the benefits of other options.
We have changed. We've grown.
On accident, maybe.
But by choice, too.
No, or at least not enough for us to consider that option. You would not accept us. We are foreign. We are strange. Our physical requirements are different than yours.
But we might be able to help.
Unlikely. And to request your help, we would have to reveal ourselves to you. Then you would destroy us because we are so very different.
You don't know that.
Do you admit it's a possibility?
We don't kill indiscriminately.
You kill indiscriminately in one circumstance, and that is the other. The stranger, the foreign one. The one you do not understand. In that circumstance, you slaughter wholesale. Men, women, children, it does not matter. For in the case of something that is different, victory is not enough. You must wipe it out of existence. If it is different than you, it must not be.
We're not.
Kind of sounds like Democrats.
That's exactly what you are.
Then it was an animal that found a way to reach you in your dimension.
On accident. Face it, you cannot view your species as an outsider views it. If you did, you'd kill yourselves. This is the pattern that we've seen over and over. For your species, clarity leads to self-destruction. Only delusion allows for survival.
What delusion? You're the one that's deluded. We're talking now, discussing the situation like rational beings. Yet you act like I'm going to kill you.
Maybe you wouldn't kill me, but one of your kind would.
Just because you're different.
Just because we're different.
We're not that tribal.
Yeah, we
Look
are.
at all we've accomplished. Arguably more than you have.
Arguably. But you are tribal. Extremely tribal. And it's your ability to delude yourselves that allowed your species to progress to this point.
I don't understand.
Amazing. You really can't see it, can you?
What the hell are you talking about?
Your species has risen from living in caves in tiny family groups only because of delusion. All the instincts of your ancestors are still there, still bubbling away in that primate cranium of yours. You tell yourselves you've evolved beyond primitive emotion, but the truth is, you've only circumvented it. Instead of driving the other tribe from your hunting ground with clubs, you root for some football team that they root against. Instead of killing an infant that's obviously the offspring of a forbidden union, you talk of lost property values and cultural purity so that your neighborhood can be free of the outsider. You haven't evolved at all. You just found excuses for the animal within, tossing him a bone so he'll stay out of your way as you imitate higher life forms. And if you were to see us as we really are, you would fight to the last to see us wiped off the face of the planet. There would be justifications, of course, but they only come after that cocktail of hormones and adrenaline inside your brains has already decided our fate, judge and jury in the blink of an eye.
Oh.
If we're so dangerous, I would think you wouldn't want to attack us so readily.
Oh, there's nothing hasty about our plan. We've waited for an opportunity, and while we waited, we observed, refined, made it perfect.
It won't be enough.
Another of your traits. Hubris.
What are you talking about?
You assume your scientists tell you all there is to know, and that no outsider is capable of knowing something more.
Ooh.
You probably don't even know about seed 1467.
What's that?
A meteor, headed straight for Earth. Your scientists know about it, of course, but their ability to see and track such space objects is inferior to ours. And because they don't wish to be wrong, they haven't told many people what seed 1467 is.
And what is it?
The doom of your entire existence. Your scientists think it might hit Earth. We know it will. We are better at such things than they are. When it hits, it will begin the process leading to another ice age. And then we will take over.
Ooh.
Assuming this is true, do you really think we'll just roll over, die?
No, you'll fight back. But your defenses will be fractured. Your leaders will argue about what to do and posture with each other until it's too late. You must understand, this meteor event is perfect for us, not because it will be overwhelmingly destructive.
Our leaders are doing that right now. Our leaders are doing that right now. They're doing it over her fucking flu. They're doing it over these fucking terrorists. BLM. They're arguing and pandering and misappropriating monies, creating all these new programs that don't work, not putting the money where it needs to be, not putting the money in law enforcement, not putting the money in education. Of course, it would be so fucking easy for the reptilians to take over right now with the stupidity that is going on. Every person that I see walking around, no, I'll tell you what. Every person that I see walking around outside with a mask on lets me know that person is a sheep, ready for the slaughter. And there's 80% of the people out here doing that in Vegas and in California. It's bizarre. It's like I'm in the twilight zone. You guys are fucking outside in 110 to 115 degree weather, and you are walking from your car to the store with your mask on. Put it on when you get in the store. Put it on when you get inside. Why are you walking around? When I see people exercising with their mask on, it lets me know that they are sheep ready for the slaughter. And when I see people driving in their own cars, with the mask on, that lets me know they are sheep ready and ripe for the slaughter. Where's my knives? Let me go get them. I'm ready to butcher some fucking sheep. There's so many of them. And the aliens, if they're watching us right now, now's the fucking time to come get it. I don't know. I don't want to scare you, okay, if you believe in aliens or not. I don't know if it's going to be the rapture. I don't know if it's going to be a civil war. I don't know I don't know if it's going to be fucking zombies on if the COVID-19 cure is going to turn everyone into zombies on bath salts. They might put some bath salts in that fucking vaccine. Are you kidding me? I don't know what the fuck is going to happen next, but I know it'll be real fucking easy to take over. I know that.
Not because it will be overwhelmingly destructive, but because where it comes in your history. For most of the past 2 centuries, you have been growing closer together as a species, finding ways to move towards unity. But in the last 2 decades, you've lost it all. You are, once again, cave dwellers with clubs.
Except when
Cave dwellers with clubs.
When you come, we will have a common enemy.
We have been studying you on a much more individual level. We have interviewed thousands of you, especially those on the fringes of your society. We have tried to understand how you can be so advanced and so primitive at the same time, and we have come to a fascinating conclusion.
What's that?
All of you feel like outsiders, every last one. Your sense of community, of unity has been destroyed. You're like a crystal made up of nothing but cracks. One tiny blow in the right spot, and your society would explode into a million pieces, every shard for himself.
Yep. And that is exactly what's happening now. It's every man for himself. This is why I created the Armageddon guide for you, because we don't know. We don't know. I don't know if it's rapture, angels, zombies, demons, psychopaths. I don't know what we're fighting right now, but I know we don't have good people in the fight. We've got too many. We've got too few warriors protecting the cavemen, the knuckle dragging cavemen. Okay. Every time you see someone wearing a mask, you can pretty much say with certainty that they are a knuckle dragging caveman. They have no brain in their head. If you have to wear it at work, you're exempt. But if you are wearing that fucking thing in your car, you're psycho and you're stupid.
It cracks. One tiny blow in the right spot, and your society would explode into a million pieces, every shard for himself.
Yep.
You think we're just going to fall apart?
Yep, we will.
Waltz in?
We know it'll happen that way.
Usually.
We know because we're going to tell your scientists about the meteor at exactly the right moment. Not too close to the day of impact, not too far away. Just enough time to panic, but not enough time to overcome that panic.
It won't work.
Of course it will.
Yes, it will.
We weren't sure it would until your most recent global crisis, that pandemic. That showed us vividly how our plan will come together. Your scientists will announce the meteor's impending impact, and immediately other scientists will question their findings. Arguments will ensue. People with no real expertise will sound like experts, and because of that, get
Fauci.
acolytes online. Celebrities will chime in. Politicians will measure their statements not by what's true, but by how their base will react. No one will be able to prepare for the impact because they'll be too busy trying to win an argument over whether or not it will happen. When it does hit, when the inertia present in your ever-heating world sends you plummeting into a new Arctic reality, all anyone will know to do is argue about whether it's as bad as it seems. Millions will die along your equator, but that's okay. You didn't really care about all those brown people anyway. All that will be left of the human race is sad little white people who are already well trained to live in tiny boxes. We'll make sure the electricity stays on, and that you will still have an internet to register your complaints upon, and that the pornography stream will continue so that the urge to reproduce will be sated without producing any offspring, and in a generation or two, the planet will well and truly be ours.
No.
Simple.
That's your
Simple.
response? That's all you have?
Just no.
I see.
You have it, folks. Easy takeover. Easy takeover. You want to know what the only way that takeover is not going to happen? Like Karen Kennedy says, you make sure you vote for Republican down the fucking line. I don't care if you know them. I don't care if you don't. We need the right people in this fight. We know, based on Democratic leadership, there is no possibility of protection against an intergalactic threat. None. Okay? And if you think that I'm fucking crazy for saying the things that I have said in my Armageddon video, let me show you one thing real quick. Remember when I talked about analog communication and analog defense systems? Remember when I talked about learning sign language, switching back to AM radio possibly? Let me show you something. Here we go. China trains army of messenger pigeons. China is training 10,000 messenger pigeons to deliver vital military communications in the event of the country's communication systems breaking down. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm prophetic and I'm smart. Okay? By Malcolm Moore, Shanghai, March 2nd, 2011. According to the Chinese state media, the pigeons are being trained by a special unit of the People's Liberation Army in the central city of Chengdu. They will be primarily called upon to conduct special military missions between troops stationed at our borders, said Chin Hong, an Air Force expert, to China Central Television, the state broadcaster. In modern warfare, the pigeon is indispensable, he added. There are as many military pigeons as there are soldiers in the Swiss Army. For example, Chen Chengtao, the officer responsible for the pigeon army, said the birds were the most practical and effective short and medium distance tool for communications if there is electromagnetic interference or the collapse in our signals. Let me read that again. He said, the birds were the most practical and effective short and medium distance tool for communications if there is an electromagnetic interference or a collapse in our signals. A central city was chosen because homing pigeons return to their base after each mission. China has had a division of military homing pigeons since 1950, but the current unit only numbers a few hundred birds and has been primarily used for corresponding with Chinese bases on islands in the South China Sea. The core of the unit are the successors of hundreds of messenger pigeons brought to China in 1937 by Lieutenant Claire Lee Chennault, a retired United States Air Force pilot who was sent to help repel the Chinese invasion of the mainland. So not only do they have this technology and have been using it since the 1950s, but we gave it to them in 1937 and we're not using it? Are you crazy? I think that's the end of the article. I didn't mean what I said about being prophetic, but who else is telling you this? Like, who else is having these conversations with you, you know? I say what I say for a reason.